All right, hello YouTube and welcome to today's Gems of War video. This video I have for you an addendum to my scouting report for Karakoth week, which will begin in just a few days. So there's not a lot of time to use this information, but if you can, a lot of us are probably making a lot of progress in the vault event that is going on right now, and there's a possibility that you might be able to use those resources to prepare for the journey. Now, get the bad news for the journey out of the way right now. It is going to be a Pathfinder just like the Pathfinders before it. So you're going to be looking at a Mystic restriction and a Purple Mana restriction, because that is what the Pathfinder is most likely going to be using. So, based on Turan's world. So, what do we do with that information? So, well, we can take a look at the cards that are purple and mystic, and we can maybe try to build around the Pathfinder. I don't know if you're really going to be able to get a very satisfying loop going, but with the Pathfinder, but you can try, I suppose. One good thing that you can do with the hero that might help you get that loop going is the Archmagus class. Archmagus and Nightweaver are your only two options for Mystic for the hero. Of course, your hero can use any class that is available, but the Archmagus class on its third trait gains 2 bonus purple mana when matching purple gems. Your hero can also gain an additional bonus purple mana from purple gem matches if you have unlocked champion level 70. So those two combined will give your hero a pretty decent boost to generating purple gems. And you add something like you don't have to use the Karakoth banner, but you certainly can. But anything that gives you a double purple is going to give you even more. And you can even use one of these 4 troops right here that are mystic, use purple mana, and you have the magic link. So, for example, the magic link will give you 1 more bonus purple mana from purple gem matches. Laraza, which is a base legendary that you can get from the underworld, has Unstable Mind, which gives you a half blue, half purple storm. That's the only thing that the Archmagus doesn't give you is it does not give you any type of dark storm, whether it be at the start of the game or at the start of every turn. So this one is probably the closest one you're going to be able to get to that if you're looking for a consistent storm. Although, granted, it will just give you half purple, half blue. But if you have Laraza in your lineup and you have a double purple banner and you have Archmagus to champion level 70 with all the traits and that bonus purple, that's going to give you a lot of purple, and that might just be enough to get to do the loop at least semi-frequently. And you keep in mind that you don't necessarily need to use her spell, but you can if you want to. A slightly harder to get option if you don't already have it is Asha. Asha also gives you the purple mana from purple gem matches. Does not give you an automatic storm. However, you can convert all blue gems to a chosen color and enchant a random ally and give them 3 magic. And just hope that you hit the Pathfinders, because if your Pathfinder's enchanted, they will gain mana on their own, which will help a little bit. You also got Aziris, who also has the bonus purple mana. Now he basically just puts 1 skull on the board, which doesn't really help anything else, but if you put that there and it gets you 4 in a row, then you get an extra turn. And then finally, you also have Fair. Fair would probably be a good gambling option if you want to go for her. She is the quest giver for Midnight, so if you have completed the Kingdom quest for Midnight, you should have at least one copy of her at base level Epic. She does gain bonus purple mana from purple gem matches, and she does a certain amount of damage to an enemy with her skill, and if they have terror, she does double damage. Then she inflicts terror, so you can basically hit the last troop on the other side, and if you get lucky, they'll just run away. The only downside to this, if you're trying to loop, is that this will end your loop and end your turn and pass the turn to the other side. It might not be worth it, but it's an option. So let's take a look at some other ideas I had for you. Kronos is a fairly recent base mythic, depending on whether you completed the campaign that he was in and had and bought the expensive battle pass. You might have him, and if you do, he enchants all allies when he gets an extra turn, which enchanting means free mana, and that could be good for you. And he also converts all blue gems to hourglass gems, which might not be something you will necessarily need. The Pathfinder, from what I understand, is going to be yellow and purple. So he'll only share purple, which is the mandatory color anyway, with the Pathfinder. So this actually should be pretty good. And converting all blue gems to hourglass gems could result in extra turns. Also consider if you wanted to go away from the idea of just going for the loop and just doing as much damage as you possibly can, you can consider someone like Carmina, who you may or may not have been using as part of the raid boss event that we've been doing. It generates a lot of skulls, and if an enemy is death marked, she creates one more of each skull, and she death marks an enemy when an enemy dies. So if you have one enemy go down, you can basically just use her to create. She will death mark an enemy when that enemy dies, and then you can just create a lot of these doom skulls, and then just hope for the best. And you can have a character at the top of your lineup that has a high attack value. She has a relatively high attack value, particularly if you have her pet maxed out. So that I think is a good option. Well, Vanya Soulmourn, another base legendary that you can basically get from the underworld. She does a lot of blessing for your team. She blesses a random ally in 4 or 5 gem matches, and when she uses her spell, she does damage to all enemies, boosted by blessed allies, which maybe could be all of your team, and that boost ratio is ×4. And she also has a summon, so if you feel like you are kind of punching above your weight class, putting Vanya Soulmourn in your team will at least give you a chance to resummon if you need to. And then, of course, there's the Moon Rabbit. I just can't put that in there just in case we forget about it. Starts empowered, converts all blue gems to yellow, which is the alternate mana color for the Pathfinder, in addition to purple. Heals all other allies. Blesses is the first ally. Of course, Blessed removes all negative status effects and makes you impervious to all future negative status effects. So that can be a pretty good option as well. So I feel like there's more options this time than there were for the previous Journey event, but it is still going to be difficult. So yeah, just I was kind of hoping that maybe they're going to do something different, maybe give us a different look at Journey, but At this point, I think we're probably Journeys pretty much is going to be what it is. So, yeah, good luck with that. And if you enjoyed this video, despite all the bad news I probably just gave you, please consider giving me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel and or following me on Twitch if you'd like to see more of my content. In the comments below, just let me know everything you think about this upcoming Journey event. Give me the bad news. I can take it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.